Listen to that. That is fucking crazy.
Where's that from?
I don't know. Sounds like a giant flame or something. I'm gonna walk across the street. No idea what that is. That's the weirdest shit I've ever heard. I was done.
Feels like it's getting close, Dylan.
Yeah.
There went something. What is that? That feels like it's getting very close. Where is it? It's not back that way. It's up in this corner. Don't go out there. Do you see anything? I know it's coming from there somewhere. I don't like how close that thing is. Oh man.
Get the kids in the bathroom.
I hear the wind.
Get the kids in the
Kids,
bathroom.
get in the bathroom. Kids. It's getting close. Jesus, Jesus. none of it, in my opinion. Where is it? I don't want it to be near. It's on the ground for sure. I feel it. You see anything?
I don't see anything.
God, it's loud.
Let's just get the kids.
Well, get them in there. I've got to watch. Why don't you get me the...
Yes, ma'am. Has there been any reports of any tornadoes out toward the airport? Because it's really, really loud out here. I'm on Spring Hill Road on Walnut Grove Lane. It's about 3 miles south on Spring Hill Road. And it has just been going on for a while. And Walnut Grove Lane. Sorry, I'm shaking. Okay, I don't. Okay. Okay, thank you so much.
They had a lot of calls, but she said we don't know if it's a tornado or not. They got Indians on the way to check it out. She said, if it is to get into a safe. Uh-oh, what was that? I don't hear it anymore, Tim. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Whew.
It's right now 4:47 a.m. Saturday morning. This noise has been going on since like 3 o'clock, off and on. I don't know what the hell that is. You see the moon up there shining bright. That noise. plane that's just hovering. I have no clue what the heck it is. Started about 3 o'clock this morning. This is my backyard, by the way. What is that noise? I don't see nothing anywhere. Sound is a little lower. You see anything out the other window? Huh? This is North Bergen, New Jersey. Facing the 1 and 9 on, what is this, the east side? Is this the east side of North Bergen? No, it can't be. It's the west side of North Bergen on 11th Street. Facing the 1 and 9 right above Grand Avenue. 1419 11th Street, North Bergen, New Jersey. Facing Grand Avenue here. 5/21/2011 at 4:50 in the morning right now, right? 4:50, 4:51, something like that. I don't see no planes. So that noise is still going on. It's been doing that since 3 o'clock this morning. Can't really see nothing out that window because of the glass. I don't even know what the heck it is. You don't see any planes in the sky. Usually there's a lot of traffic back and forth.
It's September 27th. It's about 7:30 in the morning. I've been hearing these sounds for over 3 weeks now. This morning they're really loud. I think that's a truck.
Strange rumbling noise again. Been going on for hours. Try to walk away from these cars. Sounds like jet engines. Like a whole bunch of them, just really loud. It'll go for a few minutes, and then it'll stop, and then it'll come back. First thing I thought, okay, airplane's taking off. I do live near a small airport, a small one. Very few big jets fly out of there. So I called them just a little bit ago. They said, first thing the lady said, I said, you guys, having a jet take off every 5 minutes or so? She's like, no, it's not us. And I was like, oh, well, are you hearing the noise? She's like, no, but we've been getting several calls about it. It actually stopped for about an hour, now it's back. It's around almost 2 o'clock now. It's been going on since probably 9 a.m. from what I can remember. It is cloudy out. Very light rain here and there, but it's not thunder. It's a constant roar. Still going. Okay, it just quit. Completely gone. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think.
Hey, this is me, and we're hearing this weird sound out here. And it sounds like it's coming from the sky in that direction, and it's been going on for about 30 minutes now. It sounds like a jet airplane. I'll be quiet for a minute. It sounds like an airplane just hovering over my house up in the sky. Kind of sounds too like wind. This is freaky. It's raining here, but there's no severe thunderstorms or anything. It's just a light rain and this noise. I don't know what that is, don't know, but it's freaky. I'm cold, so I'm getting back in.
There's been a lot of buzz over the last few weeks about strange sounds being heard in the atmosphere. People around the world and here at home have reported hearing some bizarre noises. The latest were recorded in the Battlefords last weekend. John Baglieri has more on the strange occurrence that could have a very logical explanation.
It came in many forms last Sunday night. To some, it sounded like trumpets. To others, a mariner's horn. Yeah. North Battleford's mayor says he can't explain it.
What I was hearing was what I experienced as possibly scraping.
Mike Halstead was lying in bed when his phone rang. Calls and text messages came in from his friends saying they too had similar experiences.
That's when the goosebumps got me, and I kind of thought, yeah, it's awfully strange.
Hey, 93.3 The Rock?
The next day, the local radio station The Rock got flooded with over 40 calls and Facebook messages, each person wanting to know what that sound was last night.
I don't think I've ever had a response that big about something, and it's interesting, right? Human nature, people just want to know what the sounds are.
It's now days later, and the city is still abuzz with talk about the sounds. Everybody with their own guess, estimation, or explanation as to where they came from.
I've heard that Jesus is coming back. I've heard that it's 2012, the world is ending.
This phenomenon stretched beyond North Battleford. Similar experiences were reported in Saskatoon, northern Saskatchewan, and parts of the U.S., even in Europe. U of S professor Jean-Pierre Saint-Maurice says there is a natural explanation.
Somehow they're picking up noise from an environmental antenna that happens to be there. That is electromagnetic noise. Nice natural noise, but really, actually, it's not a noise. It's electromagnetic waves emitted from the aurora above our head or emitted from the radiation belts a bit more to the south.
Maurice says it's normal, and there's nothing to worry about. Whether a scientific explanation will satisfy all those people who say they heard something they can't explain is up in the air. John Baglieri, CTV News, North Battleford.
Some strange noises heard around the world the last few weeks has people buzzing, especially on YouTube. Clips posted from Arizona to England and right next door in Manitoba, all showing folks alarmed by what sounds like a noise straight out of a science fiction flick. Valley News Team's Eric Kress tries to find out if there's any explanation for the strange sounds.
It's kind of like watching a scary movie. The background noise gives you the feeling that something terrible is about to happen.
I guess I'm not there, but they must be hearing something.
It's too outrageous to actually try to believe. It really is.
Videos started showing up on YouTube months ago, all with the same moaning, groaning, metal-on-metal sound. Some are calling it a harp-like noise, and it's especially eerie because even with the millions of views on YouTube and the thousands that ultimately heard the noise firsthand, even experts can't explain what the noises are.
No, I wouldn't be able to tell, certainly not from the videos that there are.
Oxford University graduate Alexander Wagner of NDSU's physics department has little in theory about what the noise is. He says most of the clips have a low frequency pitch, but the sound isn't necessarily coming from above.
Even if you have a snowplow, you hear the snowplow and you think it's from over there, but then you see, it's driving there. You really can't tell because we have a very bad ability to locate low frequency noise.
So even if the noise is coming from somewhere in the atmosphere, or perhaps a train track down the block, these videos have the internet buzzing.
It might be, that there's some actual sound that people hear all around the world. It might be that it turns out that it's an internet phenomenon where people think it's really, really funny to put scary videos like that on the internet. So,
in Fargo, Eric Crest, Valley News Live.
Now, the closest case to us of weird sounds came out of the sky in Manitoba, Canada. There, folks claim to have heard the noises for miles. They're partially crediting electromagnetic waves in the atmosphere in Manitoba.
I'm Joe Quinn, and this is the SOT Report. In case you haven't heard, strange sounds from the sky are being heard all over the planet. From sounds similar to ship horns to what can only be described as loud metallic groans, sky trumpets, and even thumping, people all over the world are sitting up and taking notice. But what are we really dealing with here? To date, very little official media attention has been devoted to the phenomenon. And what attention has been given has tended to be dismissive of there being anything interesting going on. Consider this news report and comments by Canadian scientist Professor Jean-Pierre Saint-Marie.
Somehow they're picking up noise from an environmental antenna that happens to be there. That is electromagnetic noise. Nice natural noise, but really, actually, it's not a noise. It's electromagnetic waves emitted from the aurora above our head, or emitted from the radiation belts a bit more to the south.
Normal? Really? And what was that bit about these sounds not really being noise, but instead electromagnetic waves emitted from the aurora or the radiation belt? By that logic, we could say that when you hear someone talking, it's not really noise you're hearing, but the energy produced by the movement of someone's vocal cords that vibrates the air and sends a sound wave towards your ear, which then causes your eardrum to vibrate and send electrical pulses to your brain, which then register them as words. While we agree that these sounds are undoubtedly natural, and that they could be electromagnetic in origin, they're hardly normal. I mean, when was the last time people all over the world were hearing trumpets resonating in the sky? Despite the approach taken by this Canadian scientist, we here at SOT.net think that these sounds deserve some serious attention and investigation by appropriate scientific bodies. Until that happens, however, I'd like to throw out a few ideas as to what may be going on. In the news report we just watched, Professor Saint-Marie suggested that people were hearing the noises as a result of an environmental antenna that is picking up radiation of some sort. He suggests this radiation could come from the aurora, which would appear to mean solar radiation, which could indeed be the case. On the other hand, there could well be some other unknown cosmic radiation that has, for some reason, begun passing through the electromagnetic shield produced by our planet, and which then resonates with certain geological structures, perhaps metals or other elements in rocks, and produces these noises. But that still doesn't answer the question of why we would suddenly be able to hear such natural electromagnetic radiation at this time. A possible explanation concerns the idea of pole reversal, that is to say, the fact that the magnetic poles of the Earth have in the past reversed and will do so again. During such reversals, the Earth's magnetic field weakens and leaves us open to cosmic radiation of all sorts that is normally kept at bay.
Scientists now know that the magnetic reversal that is inevitably coming will have serious consequences for our descendants.
There is also the possibility that the Earth's tilt or axial rotation may change slightly. Such a reorientation would have unknown, although probably dramatic effects for life on Earth. For example, some movement of the planet's crust. Scientists have no idea as to what causes the Earth's magnetic field to reverse. All they know is that it has done, will do again, and that we are overdue for the next one.
If things continue like this, then we could experience a magnetic phenomenon the Earth has not seen for 780,000 years. A complete flip of the entire global field.
There's really no question about whether the Earth's magnetic field will reverse again. The question is not if that's going to happen, it's when that's going to happen.
Former NASA scientist and author James McCanney has posited an electric universe theory. according to which any new body that enters the solar system, such as a large comet or even our Sun's theorized companion star, would have an effect on the solar capacitor and the electromagnetic properties of the Earth. McKenney also states that months or years before the actual close pass of a large celestial body, like a large meteor or planet, the effects on Earth caused by electrical discharging would include colourful auroras and trumpet or whistle-like sounds. In addition, he notes that we would experience erratic weather, like snow in the tropics, for example.
The Atacama Desert in South America, a region known for being one of the driest places on the planet. But this is what parts of it look like now.
The earliest example of these sounds that we can find seems to have been uploaded to YouTube in 2009. Interestingly, movie director Kevin Smith's rather violent film Red State was released on September 1st last year, 2 years after the first YouTube strange sound clip was uploaded. Smith's movie deals with a doomsday cult and features the following scene. I suppose it's not surprising that among the public responses to these noises, many people are automatically connecting them to the fact that this year is 2012, and suggesting that these noises are in some way evidence of the fulfillment of biblical prophecies, or the so-called end times. After all, biblical prophecies repeatedly reference angels sounding heavenly trumpets that proclaim Judgment Day, which in practical and modern terms seems to suggest major earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, tidal waves, virus outbreaks, and general destruction. According to Hebrew literature on the interpretation of the Bible, the trumpet sounding at Mount Sinai had 7 different pitches or notes, and the rabbinical literature speaks of the heavenly music heard at Revelation. For example, it is stated that at the first sound the sky and the earth moved, the seas and the rivers turned to flight, mountains and hills were loosened in their foundations. We could also cite the legend of the fall of Jericho that was later attributed to the marching of the Israelites and the sounding of their trumpets. In Immanuel Velikovsky's book Worlds in Collision, he states, "According to the Hebrew tradition, all the nations heard the roaring of the law-giving. It appears that at Mount Sinai the sound that sounded long rose 10 times. In this roaring the Hebrews heard the Decalogue. The din caused by the groaning earth repeated itself again and again, but not so loud as subterranean strata readjusted themselves after being dislocated." In the Iliad, Homer depicts a similar occurrence in the following words: "The wide earth rang, and round about great heaven pealed as with a trumpet." It seems pointless to attempt to interpret these stories literally, and luckily we don't have to. The fact of the matter is that there is a lot of historical evidence that the earth has passed through cataclysms. The only bone of contention is how often such cataclysms occur and what causes them. Professor Mike Bailey of Queen's University Belfast, for example, makes a strong case that what are called the Dark Ages in Europe was a result of a cometary impact that set most of Western Europe on fire. Many cultures around the world have legends of dragons in the sky that blotted out the sun and caused famine, death, and destruction. In their books Cosmic Serpent and Cosmic Winter, 2 British astronomers, Victor Klube and Bill Napier, make a compelling case for these dragons and also the gods of ancient times being a description of comets and their tails that passed close to and impacted the Earth. Naturally, ancient societies would have had a different frame of reference for such events. A frame of reference that might have led to the many meteorite sightings of recent years and the sounds that have been heard around the world for the past 10 months to be described as the trumpets of angels or dragons in the sky. Then again, when we read ancient texts that describe seas and rivers turning to flight and mountains and hills loosened in their foundations, there isn't much room for symbolic reinterpretation. Having said all that, I'd like to now throw the cat among the pigeons, as the saying goes. It is possible that some, or even all, of these strange noise videos are actually fake. Let's be honest, it wouldn't be hard for someone to record some video and then lay some strange sounds over the top. In fact, one YouTube pundit in particular claims to have debunked all of the videos.
So basically we have a hoax being perpetrated all around the world that started off with other people doing a couple of separate hoaxes. One of them based off of Red State, the other one actually based off of War of the Worlds.
Despite making some very good points, there are some serious problems with this guy's analysis. First of all, he only references 3 or 4 videos and ignores the rest. Secondly, he claims that the phenomenon started in August 2011, when in fact there are videos from as far back as 2009.
I'm gonna walk across the street.
And a very impressive one from March 2011 in Florida.
It's getting close. Jesus, Jesus. This is not good, y'all.
If we're going to talk about possible falsification, why not take it one step further and suggest that if some of these videos are being faked, then someone may well be doing it deliberately with the intention of ridiculing a real phenomenon. A phenomenon that may be extremely important in understanding what might be in store in the very near future for our planet and every person on it. Stay tuned for more as this story develops.
Nick and Beth, put on your detective caps, bink, because we've got a bit of a YouTube mystery on our hands. This video is from Conklin, an area in Alberta, Canada. You see some workers here, and they're filming because there are some strange and eerie sounds in the forest.
What?
And the sound repeats, listen. Here's the thing, there are a lot of these videos circulating YouTube right now. This is just the latest, the one from Canada. There are videos coming from Sweden, Hungary, Costa Rica, all with similar strange sounds.
What? That is the same sound almost. This has to be some kind of really brilliant ad campaign for a horror movie.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking the same thing. Although I also have to say, guys, I mentioned, there are videos popping up all over the place. Well, I found one that I think is probably the best one from Winnipeg in Canada. Listen.
Can you guys hear that? Like a listen.
I knew it! I was gonna say, it sounds like your damn horn. Sounds like my Secret Santa gift. Yeah.
So was the other one?
No, the other one's real. I just put that one in.
Oh, that one was just to mess with us?
Yeah.
Boy, we took several calls this morning from Gilbert where a loud and frightening noise shook many from their beds. CBS 5 News tracked down the source of that scare, and here's Allison Blair.
Vaughn Hurst dogs are normally rambunctious. But this morning, just after 7 a.m., nothing could calm them down. As a matter of fact, Vaughn was a little shaken himself.
I just thought maybe there was something that was going to catastrophic happen. No warning, no nothing, so it was kind of pretty frightening.
Vaughn was still in bed when suddenly his whole neighborhood was greeted by this. A hissing noise that Vaughn likened to 100 hot air balloons about to land on his roof. He recorded this sound on his phone through the screen door.
I guess if you were at an airport and you were behind the plane and they were just getting ready to thrust up, and all of a sudden you hear that big whoosh sound, and it was for an extended time for at least 20 minutes.
It wasn't hard to track the source. SRP has a hydro turbine power plant at Warner and Val Vista, less than a half-mile away. SRP, through a spokesperson, sent this explanation. At the Santan generating station, a unit tripped. The sky vent opened to release steam, and as it did, it made a loud noise. SRP assured people in the immediate area that they were never in any danger, but of course, they didn't get that word until long after the rumbling stopped.
The decibels were just incredible. I thought something was going to happen.
Allison Blair, CBS 5 News.
Now, SRP spokesman said this unit that went offline was actually fairly new and should be back to normal before the end of the day.
My name is Chris Strickland, and noticed a lot of strange videos floating around the internet with sounds on them. A lot of them I think are fake. A lot of them I think are, just viral videos with overdubbed sound effects. This is not fake, and I want you to hear it. You might can hear it right now. This is inside my apartment. And I'm gonna just go straight out and let you hear this. So here we go. It's ringing my ears. So that spot there, that's serious. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I don't like that kind of shit.
It's 4:30 in the morning. Everybody in the schoolhouse was woken up by this sound outside. All I got is my iPhone, so I can't see much, so I'm using this trucking company over here as a reference point for light because the camera isn't picking up much, but I'm hoping it picks up the sound. Sounds almost like a jet engine or some kind of a loud rumbling or something. I know the walls of the schoolhouse we live in are about 2 feet thick, full of brick, and we can hear this as loud as a bell inside. There's no other people up in town right now because it's 4:30 in the morning, so I can't have anybody on the video to show another reaction to prove that this isn't faked or audio hacked into it, like some people are claiming that these sounds are. Let me tell you, this is no hoax. This is real. This is really going on. sound is all around. It's really just too dark for my camera phone to pick up much of anything. And this is about 4:30 in the morning here in Wisconsin Rapids. Give you kind of a reference to how loud this sound is. I'm going to show you what kind of a building I live in. This building was built in 1896. Foundation is 3 feet thick. Limestone. The upper levels are all brick, about 2 feet thick. And we're still able to hear the sound inside the building. Yeah, I know. Haven't taken my Christmas lights down yet. Okay, come inside one of the bathrooms of the building here. Should still be able to hear it. Fucking loud as a bell in here. Hopefully this picks it up. Just want to add one more note. It does kind of sound like possibly like some kind of a jet engine or something like that. Now there is an airport just in the outskirts of town. It's probably about 15 miles from here, but it's a very small airport. It wouldn't have any large jets that would create that kind of sound. It's more for small commercial type kind of, or non-commercial private planes and such. So I don't think that's the explanation either. It's now about 4:53 a.m. Sound's been going on for a little over 20 minutes now. Now there's a new part to the sound that I didn't hear before. It's kind of that loud grinding, whining sound. It's getting actually louder now. some people are theorizing that maybe the sound is coming from trains. Now, I will note that there is a set of train tracks not too far from here, maybe just a mile or two away. But this has been going on now for about 25 minutes. This is no train. Sound is slowly dying. It's getting quieter now. So the sound, for about as long as I could figure, lasted pretty close to about 30 minutes. As you can tell, the security lights just turned back off again. They keep turning on and turning off. I'm going to go ahead and go inside, and I'm obviously not going to sleep now, so I'm going to upload this to YouTube. If anybody has any information or knows what this could be about, please post, and let's talk about this.
What the fuck je to, majke ti? Ne. A slišiš ti? WTF je ta zvok? Pa kaj je folk gluh? Če je folk gluh, sam mi slišimo. A se vidi kaj od gor? Pa kaj je to? To je koja se že reče, film o vesoljcih. Pizda, no. Le to. Zdaj bo utihnilo.
Hello YouTubers, listen, last night there was some weird noise outside. It's really hard to explain because in Urboro, actually, let me show you, wait. I'm gonna show you a little bit around before I start explaining to you quick. You see here, around Urboro, there is no tree, you know, there's no, it's just a city place. There's no tree. There's nothing here, okay?
There are trees, but there's no forest.
Yeah, there's no forest, right? Okay. So now we're gonna go back. Now you've seen around Urboro. So now you're gonna see, you're gonna hear, because you couldn't see what I filmed. Well, listen to the noise, and it felt like there was a tornado of wind coming up the sky, hitting the street, and going back up there. It's really funny, but listen to this. It's like a forest, and it's like when you don't close a window good and the wind come in, but our window was wide open, so it's not the window. Our head was,
the wind blowing by cracks of windows.
yeah, our head was outside. Okay, so here go. I'm gonna start it right now. Right here. It was really deep, and it woke us up. It was 1 o'clock last night. That's a weird sound. And you see here, I filmed the street. Look, you could see the light. See? That noise was from the sky, and it was on and off. You see, now it was off, and it goes back really high. It was really funny. Actually, my mom was in the South Shore, like a couple kilometers away from us, and she heard the same thing. It was a weird sound, like a forest sound. It was really disturbing and kind of scary. So my husband said it was more than 1 hour, because he said that when we fall asleep, actually was still doing it, right? That's what you said?
Yeah, I was up hours.
So, and it was still...
It did it all night.
Almost all night, and there's no reason there's no apparent reason for this to happen. Our window was wide open, there's no forest, even the tree was almost not moving. It's like the wind was above our house. It was really a weird show. So we're gonna put the video up there today. Today it's the 29th, so it happened last night. It was the 28th around 1 o'clock, 12:30 in the morning. So thank you very much.
This is March 4th, 2012, about 3:43 in the morning. I don't even know if I should go outside because the sound is so scary. Can you hear that sound? I have called the airport, and they said that they had no activity at all. That is not them. And I'm scared to death. My baby is asleep in bed, and I'm so frightened. Come back in the car.
12:59, I think, in the morning. March 19th. I only have 7 minutes on the battery.
It's a weird jet sound out here. It's making all the dogs bark and stuff. That is not thunder. Although we do got a thunderstorm off to our east over here. Off near that light, just gonna say. And up, there you go, if I caught that lightning. But back this way, it's no thunderstorm, it's a weird jet sound. It's almost like they're working on a jet engine that got damaged.
I know this sounds like an airplane, but it's been going on for like a half an hour from the same spot in the sky. I don't understand. It's got the animals riled up too. I really hope you can hear this. Now it's kind of fading, but my guess is it's going to be coming back here in a second. Yeah, it's definitely coming from the sky. That's the air conditioner. Well, that's going to make it pretty hard to hear, but this sound is just continuing for about a half an hour now. It sounds just like an airplane going by, but just consistently and from like the same space in the sky. Yeah, here comes the sound again. You may not be able to hear it over the air conditioner, but I wish that air conditioner would go off so you can hear this. Here it is louder again, much louder. It was really loud earlier. There's a little lizard down there somewhere. Wanted to see if I could capture him. This sound has really got me goofed up. I can't understand what it could be. It's still going. You might not be able to hear it. Probably can't over the air conditioner, but it's just a solid, you know, like airplane jet. That's what it sounds like. Now it's kind of faded again. Feels like it's coming from right up there somewhere. Well, it's impossible to hear over the air conditioner, I'm sure, so I'm going to stop the video now and see if maybe I can do it later when the air conditioner is off.
Hi. I woke up this morning. I didn't woke up. I woke up and I hear this super loud noise again. It's almost a year to the date that I videoed the last one. It's really deafening. It's so loud. This is a silent neighborhood in the morning. Sounds like somebody turned the blow dryer on. It's just so loud. It's otherworldly. It's exactly like last September 24th, except for this is September 14th, 2012. It is dead still. Just dead still. And super loud. The roaring. You know, I was thinking that maybe it was solar wind or CMEs. But I don't know. That the earth just seems so unsettled. I don't care how many times I've heard this, it is still really scary sounding.
I actually thought an airplane was crashing into the house. And so it really startled me, and I got up, and it was a constant roar.
Cindy Stewart lives in the neighborhood right behind the gas line. Before she even knew what it was, she says she was getting her kids and getting out.
Get up, it's not time for school, but get up, like kind of a tornado. When the tornado comes, get up, get your shoes on, get dressed, we've got to get out.
Stewart says as she was leaving, firefighters were in the neighborhood, telling them about the gas in the air and the need to evacuate.
If I have to get out in 10 seconds, what do I take? And you know what I took? I took my kids and my dog. And that was it.
Officials with ONG say the danger was limited because natural gas usually disperses into the air. Fire officials say the gas was dissipating, but they needed to evacuate residents in case of the worst.
Gets into the houses, gets to the flame sources, heat sources, could cause an explosion. But all morning it was venting up into the air and dispersing as it's supposed to. Well, it turns out it wasn't very serious, but it could have turned bad really quick if that gas doesn't disperse up.
Stewart and all of the residents in the nearby homes are back home safe. She says she's relieved the situation wasn't worse.
I do have faith in ONG that they know what they're doing.
Okay, here's some weird something. What is that? The hound? Huh. What is that? What the shit? It's coming from out back. It's like aliens. Ha! Go through the What is that?
What else can you got?
I don't know.
You haven't found it anywhere.
No, it's coming from outside. Like out back.
We can hear the sirens over in Mitchell.
Yeah. It's aliens.
Weird.
Yeah.